Pokemon Go, we all know it and we all love it. But how is it playing Pokemon Go in Canada? Spoiler alert, it's bad, really bad. Show you right now. First of all, in the video I will show you some pictures how it is playing Pokemon Go here in Saskatoon, in my city, in the province of Saskatchewan, in Canada. Then you will see for yourself. So first of all, yeah, it's not great here in Canada. First, two very important things. Number one, there was never an event here in Canada, and there will never be an event here in Canada. Not like right now in London, Tokyo. Like how many did they have already in Tokyo and New York? Germany as well, but not here. Hey guys, sorry, I forgot to mention it before in the video. I will post within the video several times the images on how I play Pokemon Go here in my cities, so you can actually see how many stops, or rather how few stops I have here. Canada does not have any regional Pokemons. So for example, Taros, which is in like Central America and so, we don't have them here. If you are in the southern tip of Canada, then yes, you can get it. By my city is in the south middle of the province, so we don't get any towers. So we have actually to drive to the south to actually play the game. Yeah, that's not fun, and I don't want to drive 3 hours down just for catching one Pokemon. The only other major city in the south is 3 hours away with the car. So no, I'm not gonna do that. Why is it so bad here in Canada? It's because of the low population density. Canada has now, we have I think 36 million people for the second biggest country in the world. The United States is quite a bit, a little bit smaller than us, and you guys have what, 300 something million people, 10 times more than we have, and therefore we have less stops, less gyms, less Pokemons, like for real, like even less Pokemons. Like the stops and everything makes sense, except wouldn't the cities be still comparable to United States? No, except maybe two cities in Canada, and this is Vancouver and Toronto. Toronto, having 7 million people, is probably the only exception, and you have a few other cities. In them you can actually play it playable and have some fun, but not the same as in the United States. The other thing is, it's really weird. So the place where I'm living in Saskatoon, in the province of Saskatchewan, it's part of the prairies in Canada. It's a vast area. It's, if that helps you, it's the size about 3 times of Germany. I make a good person because being a German. So it's very vast and it's very windy because we have no trees here, except in the city, because I'm in the city. Outside of the city we have cornfields, wheat fields and so on, but no trees, no forest, except if you go up north. So we have lots of wind here, meaning, well, there should be lots of wind type Pokemon here, right? Yeah, Pidgeys, we got a lot of Pidgeys and the other bird Pokemons, but no, so dragon Pokemon, supposedly, I think it was said, are attracted by windy conditions, right? No, like at least not in my city, believe me. We have dragon type Pokemon so rarely here, it's, oh my god, unbelievable. My city, my province is in the middle of Canada, kind of the continent, meaning far away from the shores. We don't have here lakes like right here in my city. We have a big river, so it must mean, well, at least you get some decent nice places to play, to catch water Pokemon, some, you know, Carpadors, to get your Gyarados, and some maybe Lapras and the Genius. No, neither of them. It's really weird. Now they changed it a little bit. Squirtles are now, maybe because of the event or something, I can see them around, but Lapras, zero. Like I have, I think, never caught any Lapras here in Canada. I only hatched one I guess, and I caught I think 1 or 2 in Hong Kong when I lived there. Yeah, there it's amazing to play. Here not. So water Pokemons here, Rattata, and you know, like Pokemon that you don't really want to have, they are here. But only any good ones? No. And you know, like because of the population, so according to the rhythm, to the calculation, there must be a certain amount of specific Pokemons, like even Magmar and from the good ones. But in a high population it means once a day, once a month, once a week or so they will appear, right? But here, because of the low population, they will maybe appear once a month, once a year, once a half year or so. And if you're not on that particular day, right there at that moment, too bad for you, you can't catch it. So all that makes grinding really difficult here in Canada. And I'll give you an example. Years ago, I used to take my brother's bike, and then drive from my home all the way to the river through downtown. It took me, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes or so. And I was there finally. I was like, yeah, let's catch some carpadors. I need garados. And I had plenty of them because catching them, a lot of them, in Hong Kong. Having lots of water there. Here now. And then I was like driving up and down the river. And 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. And the first time I forgot to take some water with me. And no, I didn't take any money with me either. So I'm like, oh my God, okay, and now I have to drive back home. And I'm like, oh Jesus, I forgot to drive back home. Okay, so like an hour later, I'm home, exhausted completely. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not sure if I do that ever again, which I did a couple of times. And then I took even my special route where I could find all the best stops and everything. And you know what? It was fun. And before that, I never ever did this. Not even close. Like I never drove with the bike around here in the area or something. Nothing. I was too lazy. In Hong Kong, for example, man, I played so sick. I played every day there. My ex-wife, she went to work. So I was like at home, sitting there, nothing to do. So I went out. And some days I played 8 hours a day Pokemon Go. Yeah, I went to the parks there, run around, and yeah, I was running. Like I saw some rare Pokemon, Alakazam or Kadabra or something, and I was speeding up there. Before it was like, and I was fatter than now. And I was like, oh my God, should I really do it? But then like, hey, it's a Pokemon. Of course I'm gonna do it. The best city to play Pokemon Go, it's not London, it's not Tokyo, it's not New York, it's Hong Kong. Why? That's very simple. Hong Kong is amazing with public transportation. They have SkyTrain, the train system, light rail, and the bus. And all are interconnected with each other. For example, from my home, I just went downstairs, walked a few hundred meters. I took the light rail, a smaller version, and then just drove to the main station. And meanwhile, catching all the Pokemons, getting some eggs hatched and everything, and then went to the station. In the train station, I took the SkyTrain, went there to the harbor, and even there, I could have changed into some of the buses because all was connected with each other. In some of the buildings, they have all three. The train, the light rail, and the bus stations together. And in addition to that, it's subsidized by the government heavily, meaning it's kinda, comparison to here in the States, they're cheap to travel around. And I know some people will be saying, Eugene, that's just wrong. Public money should be spent for politicians, for their wives, so they can travel to some islands and whatnot on military planes, or maybe buy some more military planes and some warships. That's the kind of thing we should spend our money with. Sorry, I disagree. Public transportation, I think amazing. Before, I never thought about it, but after I spent time in Hong Kong, man, it's so nice. In Hong Kong, you don't need a car, so playing Pokemon Go there is amazing. And again, it's cheap because it's not that expensive to travel around. So as a summary, should you visit Canada just to play Pokemon Go? If you want to catch some rare Pokemon or something, don't bother because we don't have them. It's really cumbersome here to play and it's really not worth your money and time. And please have some mercy for us players here in Canada because we can't catch any Pokemons because there's not much around here. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like the video. It helps me a lot. And I wish you a great day and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.